What's up, peeps? Nick Battle, aka NinosCorner, man. First off, if you like this content that is coming your way, hit that subscribe button. It means a ton. Hit that bell. Get all my notifications here on YouTube. And folks, if you're listening to this on a podcast streaming platform, Spotify, Apple Play, Google Play, Stitcher, Breaker, like, comment, subscribe, 5-star reviews, share everything. Go give this to your favorite person. Tell them that this is the best sports podcast here for Texas football. But folks, prior to us getting that, let's go and talk about what we're going to talk about today. I want to talk about why Sark needs Quinn Ewers to succeed right now at the University of Texas. Because Sark is an offensive genius. He's an offensive mind that we hired him here to be that offensive guy. So we're going to talk about why he needs Quinn Ewers to succeed right now, because this is going to be some things that are going to be talked about with Sark if Quinn Ewers is not successful this year. But prior to us getting that, folks, let's get into our sponsors. BetUS.com, folks. Go to BetUS.com. Get you a 125% sign-up bonus. Folks, that's free money. 125% sign-up bonus using the promo code NinosCorner at BetUS.com. Or just go in the video description here. Click on that link in there, and it'll take you right there. You don't have to put in the code. And the next one, folks, is going to be by Manscaped. Go to Manscaped.com. 20% off and free worldwide shipping using the promo code NinosCorner at Manscaped.com. So, folks, just go to that site, Manscaped.com. Anything on that site, whether it's trimmers, whether it is clothes, whether it is garment bags, anything on that site, folks, 20% off and free worldwide shipping, man. You only got to pay for the shipping using the promo code NinosCorner at Manscaped.com. But, folks, we're here to talk about why I believe Sark needs Quinn Ewers to succeed right now, because if he doesn't, this is going to say a lot about Sark, whether it's fair or it's unfair. So I had a conversation with my boy Nash, from Nash Talks Texas, and we're talking about this going back and forth. I believe that Sark needs Quinn Ewers to be very successful this year. We were talking about just the quarterback room in general. You're going to have Quinn Ewers. You're going to have a Malik Murphy, who a lot of people love to forget about. Malik Murphy I think, is going to be a really good player, whether it's here at Texas or somewhere. I think he's going to be a really good player. And then we have Arch Manning coming in. All right. So we got three guys, two that are 5 stars, one that was a fringe 5-star, in Murphy. So we got 3 guys who can play pretty much anywhere in the country that they want to go to. I made the comment that this is Quinn Ewers' job, and I don't think it's close because Sark needs him to succeed. Sark cannot come to Texas and in 3 years have 3 starting quarterbacks, and 3 starting quarterbacks not for the right reasons, guys. A lot of teams have 3 years and 3 starting quarterbacks, but 2 of those starting quarterbacks are in the league right now. And that's not what we have here at Texas. We had Casey Thompson, who's at Nebraska, who is probably not going to the league. Let's just be honest. We had Quinn Ewers this year, which was supplemented by a Hudson Card. Okay. And so Quinn did not have the season that we all wanted him to have, and we still went 8-4. We left a lot of meat in the bone. I think Sark sacrificed a couple wins just to let his young quarterback know that he does not have to look over his shoulder. I think sacrificing those couple of wins, actually sacrificing 1 win, like the Oklahoma State game, sacrificing 1 win cost us the opportunity to play in the Big 12 championship game. I want people to understand how important 1 win is, how important every single Saturday in college football is. But I think Sark sacrificed a couple wins this year to assure that his young quarterback understands that he doesn't have to look over his shoulder. Now, if I take it back the year before, I said Casey Thompson, but we started off with Hudson Card. Hudson Card, Casey Thompson were not Sarkisian's guys. Hudson Card wasn't afforded that opportunity to have a screw-up game and be able to continue to play the rest of the season, not like Quinn has, all right? So Quinn is Sark's guy. We understand. He went hard at getting Quinn to come here to the University of Texas after he transferred from Ohio State, using his one-time transfer to play immediately. Now, like I said before, we have Quinn here. Quinn did not have the season that we all thought he was going to have. He did have a really good game against Washington, but Washington's defense is bottom-of-the-barrel defense in the country. They're a bottom third defense in the country, so he looked really good against a bad defense. Against good defenses this year, Quinn didn't look that good, let's just be honest. But he was young, and we're going to give him a pass on this, folks, because he was young. The game has to slow down for him, and I think we did see it slow down some in that Washington game. But the consistency there with Quinn was not there. Now, I told Nash that I'm a huge Malik Murphy fan. So is Nash. He's a huge fan of Malik Murphy. We have a big group chat. A lot of us are Malik Murphy fans. But I told him the only way Malik Murphy sees the field this year is if, and I hope this never happens, but somebody has to get injured. Quinn Ewers has to get injured. That's the only way I think he sees the field. I don't care if Malik Murphy beats him out in the spring camp or in the fall camp. I don't think it's going to happen, because if it does happen where he beats out Quinn, I still don't think Sark's going to start him, because now we are at square one again. Being at square one, figuring out, is this team going to start over again, basically? Are we going to go through the same thing that we've done the last couple of years? I don't think Texas wants to go through that. I don't think they want the national media to say, well, Texas is going 3 starting quarterbacks in a row. How does that look on Sark, having a 5-star quarterback who was the highest rated quarterback since Vince Young, one of the perfect rated quarterbacks in the country, in the history of modern college football recruiting, and he cannot develop him within 2 years? How is that going to look on Sark? That's going to be an indictment on Sark and his quarterback development. Now, we also talked about, well, this is Sark as a head coach. He's not the OC anymore. But no. I'm going to pump the brakes on that, folks. We hired Sark because he is a developer of the quarterback position and a great offensive mind. That's why we hired him. We also hired him because he was able to make good hires on the defense side of the ball, bringing in Jeff Banks for the special teams and the tight ends, Cal Flood for the offensive line. He's made great hires. Gotta love it. Make great hires. But when the defense did well this year, we didn't say, oh, look at Sark developing. We said PK and GP developed great players. When the offensive side of the ball does well, we don't look at and say, hey, Quinn did good or bad. That's on AJ Milwee. No, that's on Sark. Sark he's the QB guy. He's the previous quarterback at a D1 school. He is the offensive coordinator that everybody coveted and wanted on their team. Nick Saban wanted to keep him at Alabama. We brought him in to bring in instant office to Texas. We had it the first year. The second year, not so much. But like I said, that's breaking in a new quarterback. But in my opinion, Sark needs Quinn Ewers to be highly successful this year, because if it doesn't, and he doesn't win out the quarterback battle, and we start Malik Murphy, and I hope if that happens, I hope Malik Murphy goes 12-0, wins the Big 12 championship, go to the college football playoffs. I love Malik Murphy. I love him. But if Sark starts another quarterback this year, folks, that's in his first 3 years, 4 different starting quarterbacks. And not starting quarterbacks for the right reasons. We can look at a Bama, and we can look at a Ohio State, and we can look at the, other teams that have had differing starting quarterbacks, 3 or 4 different starting quarterbacks over a 3 or 4 year span. That's because those guys were going to the league or transferring to go get more playing time so they can go to the league. That's not happening here. Casey Thompson is probably not going to the league, folks. Newsflash. Hudson Card hasn't gone to the league yet. If he goes to the league, he's at Purdue now. Wish Hudson the most luck. I think Hudson's going to kill it there. But he's not going to the league this year, folks. Quinn Ewers, if he gets jumped by Malik Murphy, that means he's not going to the league, folks. And guess what? We have started 4 different quarterbacks over a 3-year span, and that is not the track record you want for a guy like Sarkisian, who is an offensive mind. Now, in saying that, we had a big conversation about that. We got this guy named Arch Manning coming. And so I think everybody understands that the fans, the coaches, the Manning family would probably all want Arch to sit a year. Let the game slow down for him. Understand it. Be developed. Get into the playbook. So by the time your second year comes, you are ready to compete. You are. You are ready to compete. This thing has to work out that way. That Arch Manning comes in ready to compete that second year. Because I don't think anybody wants to see another true freshman coming in and playing here at the University of Texas at the most important position in college football. That is a problem that Texas has had over the years, folks. and that is depending on true freshmen to come and save the team. We did it on the offensive line this past year. Luckily, we had transcendent players at that offensive line position, and Kelvin Banks Jr., who came in and solidified the left side and was probably the best tackle in the Big 12 this year, and probably one of the top 5 tackles in the country this year. We got lucky with that. Usually doesn't happen that way, folks. Usually doesn't happen that way. We had Cole Hudson, who was playing with a torn labrum, if I'm not mistaken. So he didn't put the best film out there because he was hurt. He was hurt. And then we had to rely on a guy like DJ Campbell to come in as well as a true freshman. We can't keep doing this to be a successful team, especially going into the SEC. So Sark needs to shore up that quarter position and have Quinn Ewers be that guy. And he needs to be able to be that guy this year, because if he's not, it's going to be an indictment on Sark and his development skills as a quarterback guy. But on that note, folks, man, I'm going to end this. Leave a comment. What do you think about that? Don't be afraid to fail, outgrow your environment, understand your brilliance. Horns always up. NinosCorner, I'm out.